2021 is already a strange year, thanks to the pandemic. We've seen movie theaters close their doors and major movie releases be pushed back. As of right now, it seems as though every date is being nabbed by a new movie this year. However, don't hold me to this could still change. These are the top 5 upcoming 2021 horror movies, part 2. Coming in at number 5, we have Halloween Kills. Folks have been waiting patiently for the highly anticipated sequel to the 2018 Halloween, with Halloween Kills set to be the 12th installment in the Halloween franchise. Directed by David Gordon Green and starring the likes of Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer, Anthony Michael Hall, and Andy Matichek, Halloween Kills is rumored to still be set on Halloween in 2018, with Laurie Strode and her family and the help of new allies forming a mob to face off against Michael Myers, who is still on the loose in Haddonfield. Now, as we know in the 2018 Halloween movie, it was a direct sequel to the 1978 film, with the plot following Laurie Strode, who prepares to face off against Michael Myers in a final showdown on Halloween night, 40 years after she survived his initial killing spree. The movie was met with mixed reviews, with lovers of the original series absolutely adoring the 2018 version, with newcomers to the franchise feeling impartial about it. However, I think we can all agree that we're all patiently waiting for Halloween Kills, which is scheduled to be released on October 15th of this year. Coming in at number 4, we have Don't Breathe 2. This is a sequel I don't think any of us saw coming or necessarily wanted. Don't Breathe 2 is of course the sequel to Don't Breathe, a film originally released back in 2016 that followed 3 friends who became trapped inside of a blind man's home after attempting to rob him. What they thought would be an easy in and out job was far from it, with the man housing some incredibly dark secrets, and a very large secret in his basement. For those who watched the first movie, you will remember how terrifying and disturbing the ending was specifically. All I have to say is turkey baster, and everyone knows what I'm talking about. It's also enough to make even hardened horror veterans squirm. I certainly was squirming all the way through that final scene. It was so unnecessary, that's all I can say. Now, Don't Breathe 2 is directed by Rodo Sayegwes and once again stars Stephen Lang in the role as the blind man. Following the events of the first movie, the blind man is now hiding out in an isolated cabin where he has been for several years. However, during this time he is also taken in and raised a young girl who was orphaned from a devastating fire. Interesting considering how the first movie played out. Doesn't seem quite safe for the young girl, I'd say. Anyway, their quiet life is shattered when a group of criminals kidnap the girl, resulting in the blind man leaving his cabin and chasing after them. Sounds like a completely different kind of movie than what we saw in the first film. I'm getting major Logan vibes from that description. What we'll actually get is beyond me, but honestly, after the turkey baster incident in the first film, I'm unsure if I'll return for the second. Don't Breathe 2 is set to be released on August 13th of this year. Coming in at number 3, we have the Forever Purge. The Purge franchise is unbelievably successful, with it resulting in multiple sequels and even a TV series. Now, although they may not all be necessarily good, it is always exciting when a new one is released. Directed by Everardo Gout and starring the likes of Ana de la Regara, Josh Lucas, Tenoch Huerta, Will Patton, and Casti Freeman, The Forever Purge is the 5th and final installment in the Purge franchise, serving as a direct sequel to 2016's The Purge election year. Following the presidential elections from the previous year and the abolition of the Purge, a Mexican couple who escape a drug cartel become stranded on a Texas ranch, and it is there that they will be at the mercy of a group of outsiders who illegally continue on with their own purge. Now, that is quite literally as much as we know about the movie, with no trailer or teaser being released as of yet. The trailer was originally set to be released on July 10, 2020, however, once again, thanks to the pandemic, the trailer never dropped, with no new release date given. What we do know is that The Forever Purge was intended to be released in July of 2020. This is one of many films that was delayed due to COVID-19, with The Forever Purge now expected to be released on July 9th of this year. In at number 2, we have Antlers. This is one of many films that you all requested I speak about, and I'm sorry it took me so long, but it's here now. Now, not a lot is known about Antlers other than what was seen in the trailer, but it is set to be one of the scariest movies of the year. Directed by Scott Cooper and starring the likes of Kerry Russell, Jesse Plemons, and Amy Madigan, Antlers follows a school teacher and her police officer brother in a small town in Oregon. All is well at first, I mean it always is, until they begin to become convinced that one of the students is concealing a supernatural creature. September. When dead bodies begin to show up around the town, the local police believe an animal is on the loose, hunting people down. However, no animal can cause that kind of damage, with local folks believing it to be a diabolical spirit that has latched itself onto a young boy. The movie itself is based on the short story The Quiet Boy, written by Nick Antosca, which was originally published in Guernica magazine in January of 2019. More excitingly still, horror legend Guillermo del Toro is a producer on the film, with everyone's expectations set exceptionally high for this one. Now, Antlers was initially expected to be released in spring of 2020, however, due to the pandemic, it was pushed back, as was everything in life, with it now set to be released on October 29th of this year. Fingers crossed it stays that way. And finally, coming in at number 1, we have A Quiet Place 2.
It's okay. Mom. Yeah.
This highly anticipated sequel to the smash hit A Quiet Place has been met with numerous delays due to the ongoing pandemic, but it looks like this year will finally be his year. Directed by John Krasinski again and starring the likes of Emily Blunt, Millicent Simmons and Noah Jupe, A Quiet Place 2 follows the events of the first movie, with the Abbott family being forced to survive in the outside world against not only monsters but also monstrous people. They must fight for survival in complete silence once again, with the creatures who hunt via sounds lurking right alongside them. Now, spoilers ahead, as we know, the first movie ended on a very dramatic and devastating note, with the father, played by John Krasinski, sacrificing himself for his children, with the alien creature snatching him and killing him after he screams. It was such a powerful scene. It still makes me cry. Actually, I don't cry. Shh. I did. In the sequel, the Abbott family will meet other survivors, one being Cillian Murphy, with their survival being forced to transcend past simply staying silent. The first movie was hugely successful, with it raking in around $340 million, and many are predicting the sequel to do the same. Now, the movie was initially set to be released on March 8th of 2020, with the release date being pushed back to May 28th. 2021, with it also being available to stream on Paramount Plus 45 days after its theatrical release. I've noticed many people are doing that now because there is no such thing as a theatrical release anymore. Who goes to movie theaters? They're all closed. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with our list? Which upcoming horror movie are you most looking forward to? I think I could say Antlers. Safe to say. Out of those ones. A Quiet Place 2 as well. Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below, and perhaps we can do a part 3. Before I go though, I just want to respond to a few comments from one of our last videos, Top 5 Worst Horror Movie Death Scenes Part 4. The Bright Side said, Lucy is iconic, and if you didn't know that already, well then you now know. Thank you. Yes, it's facts, I am iconic. I feel less iconic now that I'm filming at home, but I think I'm iconic 100% of the time. Grace Wilcox said, I just watched Would You Rather, gave me chills because it could happen in real life. I mean, I don't think that scenario would happen in real life, but the game certainly happens all the time. And yes, that movie gave me chills. I know it's not the best, but it's still pretty decent. Jared Devil Dog said, I love how Lucy smiles while talking about a guy getting his face cut off. My kind of woman. You're welcome. It's true, it's just how I feel when I read scripts and movies. I mean, if that happened in real life, I don't think I'd be smiling. But sometimes in uncomfortable situations, I don't know what to do other than smile, so sometimes it just happens. You know? Ulk D said, I'm the minority that loved the plot twist, loved high tension. I mean, the plot twist was the most unbelievable plot twist in movie history, I want to say. But to each their own. Sue D said, seeing Lucy completely scared has been one of my lifelong goals. I can die now. What was I scared of in that video? Was that the spider video? Or the man outside the window? Either way, I was scared of something recently. Connor Cook said, well, I don't know about anyone else, but I love how Lucy, our beloved Dark Queen, smiles at people's death/pain in this video. Once again, yeah. I enjoy it in horror movies. I want to see them die. Again, in real life, that would not be the case. I wouldn't be smiling. I don't think. And on that though, if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And until next time, I'll see you later. Filming at home is hard. Oh my god, was that even English? Filming at home is hard. Which I think was but I can't remember.